What if I told you that a single glance, one seemingly simple choice, could unlock the most hidden chambers of your soul? Right now, in this very moment, you're about to discover something about yourself that perhaps even you have forgotten. But before we begin, I need you to do something important. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because what you're about to experience isn't just another personality test. This is a journey into the deepest layers of your psyche, guided by the wisdom of Carl Jung himself. And trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Now imagine yourself standing in a dimly lit room. The air is thick with mystery. Time itself seems to have paused just for you. And there, on an old wooden table bathed in soft golden light, rest three mysterious bottles. They're not ordinary. Each one holds a secret. Each one whispers a different promise, as if they know something about you, something buried deep within your unconscious mind.
Here's what makes this so powerful. These bottles aren't just objects, they're Jungian archetypes disguised as glass and color. They're mirrors reflecting the hidden parts of your soul, the parts that speak not through words, but through symbols, patterns, and intuition. Carl Jung believed that our unconscious communicates through such symbols, revealing truths that our conscious mind cannot grasp. So right now, I want you to look at these three bottles carefully. Don't overthink it. Don't analyze. Just feel. Which one calls to you? Which one resonates with something deep inside, as if saying, "I'm yours. I belong to you." Take a deep breath. Let go of logic. Let your eyes rest on these bottles and listen to what your heart whispers. Because the choice you're about to make isn't random. It's a doorway leading straight into yourself. And here's the first thing you need to know. What I'm about to reveal will not only surprise you, it might completely change how you see yourself.
But I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. First, let's talk about what each bottle represents. The first bottle, the Luminous Intellectual. If your eyes were instantly drawn to the first bottle, the one made of bright yellow glass with delicate blue swirls wrapping around its body, topped by a spiral-shaped cap, then you've answered a very particular call. This isn't about aesthetics, it's something far deeper. This bottle radiates with the color of light, of clarity, of truth that dissolves shadows. The yellow that illuminates it represents an insatiable hunger for knowledge, for understanding, for answers. If you chose this bottle, you're likely someone who never settles for surface explanations. You always ask why. You always dig deeper. Your mind doesn't rest until it finds the root of every mystery. The blue swirls moving through the glass mirror your own thoughts, always in motion, spiraling inward and outward, connecting ideas, seeing patterns where others see only chaos. That's your gift. You transform confusion into clarity, turning complexity into understanding. But this gift comes with sensitivity. Those who carry this archetype shine brightest in darkness. You inspire others. You point the way. Yet that same brilliance makes you vulnerable to disappointment. You've probably felt it before, the frustration of meeting people who don't share your depth, your hunger for growth, your need for integrity. The spiral-shaped cap reveals another layer of your inner world. The spiral is an ancient symbol of evolution, of journeys that return to the same place, but never in the same way. That's your life, cyclical, reflective. You don't fear your past. You revisit it, analyze it, learn from it with passion. People often seek your advice without knowing exactly why. They sense something in you, a clarity they lack, and they're right. You see invisible connections. You perceive what others overlook. However, your gift is also a burden. Sometimes you think too much. You carry the weight of every possibility on your shoulders. But here's what you might not realize. Your greatest power doesn't lie only in your intelligence. It lies in your willingness to show both your brilliance and your vulnerability. And that's exactly what makes you magnetic. Now, before I reveal what the second bottle means, hit that like button if this description resonated with you, and keep watching because the next archetype might shake you even more deeply. The second bottle, the Mystic Alchemist. If your gaze stopped at the second bottle, that sphere of glass made of colorful fragments like a mosaic suspended in time, framed in bronze tones and crowned by a dark orb at the top, then you've answered the call of the unseen. This bottle doesn't shine with absolute clarity. Its beauty lies in its mystery. It reflects light in fragments, as if every piece of glass holds its own story. That's who you are. A person made of both broken and luminous experiences. Someone who learned to rebuild themselves, creating a masterpiece from scattered pieces. Your sensitivity is your greatest treasure. You can feel energy in places. You read silences. You notice the vibration in a look, the hesitation in a voice. You don't need proof to sense when something's off. You simply know. And though some call it suspicion, you know it's intuition. Like the mosaic glass, your personality is shaped by memories, loves, losses, lessons, and scars. Some pieces are dark, others shine, but together they create a design that cannot be replicated. You are that mosaic, complex, deep, impossible to imitate. Your life hasn't been easy. You faced challenges that left marks, moments that could have broken you. But you refused to be a victim. You chose to become an alchemist, turning pain into strength, wounds into glowing scars, falls into rebirths.
That ability to rise again makes you extraordinary. You're drawn to the spiritual, to ancient symbols, rituals, signs that others dismiss. To you, dreams aren't random images, they're messages. Synchronicities aren't coincidences, they're guides. You speak the language of the soul. People trust you without knowing why. They share secrets, seek your advice, find shelter in your presence. Not because you judge, but because you listen. Your energy offers safety. Still, you protect your inner world fiercely. The dark orb at the top represents that sacred space you keep only for yourself. It's not a hiding place of shame, it's a temple. You're creative by nature. Maybe you write, paint, design, or simply transform chaos into beauty. Your voice doesn't always shout, but your presence speaks volumes. Yet here's your challenge. You sometimes carry memories that aren't entirely yours. Ancestral wounds, family patterns, cultural burdens. At times, you isolate yourself to heal in silence.
And while that retreat looks like loneliness, it's actually regeneration. Just as night restores the stars, you too need darkness to shine again. And here's something crucial I need to tell you about the third bottle. But first, drop a comment below telling me which bottle you chose. Your story might inspire someone else who's searching for their own reflection. And don't go anywhere, because what I'm about to reveal about the third archetype will tie everything together. The third bottle, the Noble Guardian. If your attention was drawn to the third bottle, the one of deep emerald green adorned with delicate golden details and topped with a stopper fit for royalty, then your soul has chosen the path of inner strength, loyalty, and honor. This bottle doesn't need to shine with extravagant colors to command attention. Its presence alone radiates respect, stability, and purpose. And so do you, someone who doesn't need to shout to be heard.
Someone whose very presence inspires trust. The deep green speaks of growth, healing, and emotional balance. It mirrors that calm energy within you, the kind that steadies others, offering shelter when storms rise. You are the person people turn to when everything falls apart, because with you, there is strength, balance, and trust. The golden edges symbolize nobility and tradition. They reflect your connection to your roots, your values, a legacy you hold dear and defend with conviction. You're not someone who gets carried away by trends. You stand by what you believe is right, even against the current. Your dignity and sense of justice are your compass. You often find yourself as mediator, counselor, or pillar within your circle. Even when you don't seek leadership, others see it in you. And they're not wrong. You are a leader, but not one who dominates. You lead by example, through integrity and consistent action.
That's your real power, coherence. But being a guardian isn't easy. Carrying the weight of protecting and staying calm for others can be exhausting. You do it silently, without showing fatigue or doubt. Maybe you were taught that vulnerability equals weakness, but the truth is the opposite. Your ability to feel deeply, to love fiercely, makes your strength authentic. Your greatest challenge is learning to take off your armor, to accept that you too deserve support. Behind that strong facade beats a heart full of tenderness, longing for genuine, loyal love. You don't open your soul easily, but when you do, you give everything. And that's why betrayal cuts you deeper than most. Loyalty isn't just a value for you, it's part of your essence. And when it's not returned, the pain is immense. But don't mistake that pain for weakness. It magnifies your worth. Because even in hurt, you choose honor over revenge, dignity over deceit.
That is the greatness of the noble guardian. Your purpose isn't merely to exist. You're here to embody something greater. Justice, protection, honesty, strength that inspires without imposing. You are like that emerald bottle, solid, beautiful, intentional. A reminder that true power lies not in domination, but in serving with integrity. Now, here's what this all means. No choice is ever random. What caught your attention is a mirror of your inner world. Each bottle reflects a Jungian archetype speaking through color, form, and symbol. The Luminous Intellectual represents clarity and curiosity. The Mystic Alchemist reveals sensitivity and transformation. The Noble Guardian embodies loyalty and integrity. And though each archetype seems different, all share something profound. They reveal the greatness already living within you. Your choice wasn't a whim. It was a whisper from your unconscious saying, "This is who you are right now." These bottles have touched hidden strings of your psyche, bringing forgotten truths back into awareness.
Maybe you discovered something you already suspected, or maybe you recognized a side of yourself you hadn't seen in years. That's the beauty of Jungian psychology. It doesn't predict your future, it reveals your present. So here's my question for you. What will you do with this revelation? Will you let it pass as fleeting curiosity, or will you use it as a map to understand? Maybe you discovered something you already suspected, or maybe you recognized a side of yourself you hadn't seen in years. That's the beauty of Jungian psychology. It doesn't predict your future, it reveals your present. So here's my question for you. What will you do with this revelation? Will you let it pass as fleeting curiosity, or will you use it as a map to understand yourself better, to grow, to heal, to live more aligned with who you really are? The choice is yours. There are no right or wrong answers. What matters is the awareness awakening in you. The bottle you chose is just a symbol, but what it means to you can shape how you live, love, and face the world from now on. If this journey felt revealing, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share this video with someone who needs to discover the hidden part of their soul today.
And drop a comment telling me which bottle you chose and whether the description resonated with you. Your story might inspire someone else searching for their own reflection, someone ready to meet the side of themselves that's been waiting to be seen. Until next time, keep your curiosity alive, listen to the voice within, and never stop exploring the symbols that shape your spirit.